How's it going? So today on BKRsport, we are here going through all 16 different NRL teams and who my favourite player in 2021 was that I got to watch. Obviously, we stream literally every single game here on the channel, guys, and the finals with this week's semis, the prelims, and the grand final to come. It is very exciting, and we'll be streaming all those games just like we streamed every game this year. So go and hit that thumbs up button, bingo, and subscribe if you're new around here. Just quickly, guys, this is my individual player at each different club. Mine. Hello, me. Hello, the guy who runs this channel, BKRsport. Me. Hello. Yeah, that's me. My opinion here. So if you don't like it, please comment below who your opinion is and who you enjoyed watching this season. But let's get into the video, guys, and let's talk about all 16 different NRL teams and which is my favourite player at each club. Starting off here, quite funny, from the Brisbane Broncos, it's actually Anthony Milford. I actually really enjoyed how he finished off the season. I know he's been very hot and cold, very cold, really, since 2015, and he never really kind of shows that form that he once had, but at the end of the year, I know he's off to the Rabbitohs next year, but he was really good to watch at the Broncos in those last few games, and I was excited, I loved it, and we all love a good MILF in our life. We love a good MILF in our life. The Canberra Raiders, I am taking Matthew Timoko. Yes, the centre who came in, he basically debuted this year. I think he might have played 1 or 2 games last year, I'm not too sure, but basically this was the year that I really started to notice Timoko in the team, because obviously Croker's been out for quite some time, and obviously I think Timoko is the next guy there. I think Timoko is the guy coming through, and I really enjoy watching his hard runs. It's not as hard as Justin Olam kind of runs, but they're similar kind of style in the way that he'll just run at the line, not give a shit. I love a bit of Timoko action at the Canberra Raiders. Canterbury Bulldogs. This is a tough one because they came last. I didn't really enjoy watching their games this year, besides Big Bappa Napa, Big Bappa Napa, Big Bappa Napa, Big Bappa Napa. But it's not Big Bappa Napa, it's actually Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson is the guy that I always look to when I look at the Bulldogs games, and I think, this guy's just going to do what he needs to do. Is he special? No. Is he going to, score tries like a David Fafita in the back row? No. But he is a guy that will lead your team. He will do what he needs to do, and he'll try and do his best to really evolve the team, but unfortunately, it's the Bulldogs. He's got a lot of work to do to be able to take that team to the next level. So I appreciate what Josh Jackson does for the team, and I really enjoy watching him play. For the Cronulla Sharks, this is a bit of a loosey-goosey selection. Ooh, now we're talking a bit of a loosey-goosey selection. It's actually going to be Luke Metcalf. I thought that when he came in the halves, they don't really know their halves this year, the Sharkies. They don't really know kind of what's going forward, and we don't even really know next year, realistically, kind of what's going to happen there. And I've really enjoyed Luke Metcalf, especially against the Broncos, and when he did get his chances. Now, look, he may have been young, and he may have made a few mistakes here and there, but I thought his energy was key to the Sharkies pushing for the 8. They didn't get there in the end, but I thought that Luke Metcalf's energy was the key to them being relatively successful. They went above what I thought they were going to do this year. My boys, the Gold Coast Titans, and I think you guys should know this from all my streams, Beau Fermor. Beau Fermor is just so underrated. He obviously did set up that barnstorm, did actually create the barnstorming breakaway that nearly got us into the semi-finals, but obviously it wasn't to be. But Beau Fermor, such a strong player. He's just always making runs. He's always making strong runs. Yes, his run style may be a little bit interesting, but look, I really love watching Beau Fermor. And honestly, I'm a Titans fan, so I could have chosen everyone here, but specifically, Beau Fermor, brilliant 2021 season. I'm looking forward to 2022. The Manly Sea Eagles, I could easily put Tommy Tupovic here, or I could put Hamole Olakuatu, but I'm taking Reuben Garrick here. Obviously, it's not really an underrated selection. I think he's an underrated winger. I don't necessarily think he translates what he does at Manly to another club as good as he does it at Manly. I just think he is the perfect fit for this club. I think Reuben Garrick is so enjoyable to watch. He's always scoring points. He nearly scored more points than the Canterbury Bulldogs this year. The team as an individual player, which is ridiculous, right? So I think Reuben Garrick's so underrated. I still think he is underrated. I still do. Everyone talks about him. I still think he's underrated. But I just think he's an absolutely perfect fit for this club, and I love watching a bit of the Gaz, baby. The Melbourne Storm, and I wanted to give it to Jerome Hughes because he's a bit of a spicy underdog for that Dally M, but I'm going to give it to Justin Olam. Justin Olam, as I mentioned before with Timoko, Olam is just one of the best centres in the game right now, and he's just such a barnstormer. He just doesn't give a shit, baby. He just runs that ball up. Probably should choose to pass from time to time, but doesn't really matter because he's still one of the best centers in the game. I really enjoy watching Justin there, and he brings such good energy and such good strength to the outside backs there. And Xavier Coates alongside him next year. Oh my god, Papua New Guinea, baby. Ooh. The Newcastle Knights, you should know this, and Nari Tuala. I say this every single week, guys. I think this kid's so underrated. Now, look, I know he's just come off a hat trick against the Eels in the game they got knocked out in the first week, but overall, he's had a fantastic year for me. His defense, maybe not so great, but his attack is just lethal, and he really works with this Knights team, and I think is the epitome of kind of a nice winger, weirdly enough. So, no, I really enjoy, well, that's what I said about Reuben Garrick, to be fair. Reuben Garrick is the epitome of Manly winger, and I think Anari Tuala really fits in with the Knights well. So, I'm taking Anari at the Knights. New Zealand Warriors, and I found this one a bit tough for me, actually. I found this one a bit tough. Like, I didn't mind a bit of UNA connection this year, but I'm taking Reece Walsh, obviously. I think, yes, he's young, and yes, he's got a long way to go, and he makes a few mistakes, and that's what happens when you're a young kid. But he was still the second best player in the league this year for a rookie. You know, Sam Walker was the best for me, and then we do obviously have Reece Walsh. And look, I honestly think Reece Walsh was just so fantastic to watch. He's electric. He's got that ability that we can see going forward. And trust me, Warriors fans, or wherever he goes in the future, that was a rookie year. So just know what happens when he gets the experience behind him. North Queensland Cowboys, and I don't really feel like we've watched a lot of him this year, but when I have watched him, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow that is, I think he looks absolutely fantastic, man. I actually prefer him at fullback, and I was saying this at the beginning of the year. I prefer Hamiso at fullback, whether I don't even know if I'd seen him at fullback yet, but I just thought that he really fits that fullback kind of role. I'm not a big fan of Valentine Holmes there. I think he obviously should be on the wing, and I think Valentine Holmes is one of the best wingers in the competition when he's on the wing, but you know, I've taken Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow here because he's so electric to watch at the back. Every time he plays fullback, I really do rate him. Was fantastic against Manly for the limited amount of time that he had at the end of the season. And Hamiso, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the future. Not the Eel. Ooh, who am I taking here at the Parramatta Eels? I'm taking Mitchell Moses. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's weird. And this is because when he does play, you can see the difference to when he doesn't play. The things that he brings to this club is just ridiculous. And look, as much as I think that he could be, I don't even think he's overrated anymore. I think he's rated. Everyone knows that he's not elite, but everyone doesn't think that he's shocking because he's not shocking. But he gets the job done. He gets it at a top level. Like, I wouldn't put him at the mid. I wouldn't put him at the bottom of quality. I'd put him at the top of quality. And I could have easily put Isaiah Papali'i here, but I really wanted to give credit where credit was due. And I don't think people would have been rating Mitchell Moses a great deal, but I enjoy watching him play. I think that this Eels team just doesn't necessarily work with him right now. It doesn't necessarily work with him, but, you know, we'll see how they go. We're going back out west here, and we're taking the Penrith Panthers, which is Nathan Cleary. This is an easy one here. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. What do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to do, man? You want me to just sit here and just be like, oh, well, buddy, you know, Brian... No, look, Brian's great, and the Panthers are great, but Nathan Cleary is just... When you look at him play, you will know what I mean when I say this man has the potential to be the greatest ever player to ever play the game at the end of his career. He has the potential to take over the likes of Johns and Lockyer and Lewis and Cameron Smith, Jonathan Thurston. He could be better than all of these guys if he keeps the trajectory that he's currently on. South Sydney Rabbitohs, controversial selection, but I'm not going to back away from it. Taking Latrell Mitchell, simple. Real simple too. Really, really simple. You know, Kaloa Matangi's been great this year, and I do like a couple of those forwards at the Rabbitohs. Marking Nichols, ooh, now we're talking. But Latrell Mitchell's the most electrifying player in the game. Whether it's centre or fullback, yes, he brings a lot of aggression, and yes, he deserved to be sent for the rest of the season, but the aggression that he brings is so enjoyable to watch, besides what happened with the Joe Manu incident, is so enjoyable to watch. It's so fun to watch. And he is honestly one of my favourite players in the game. Right, not just this season, just in general. He is one of the best players in the game. And he's the best centre in the game when he plays centre. And he's a top 5 fullback in the game when he plays fullback. St. George Illawarra Dragons, this was a difficult one. Unfortunately, there wasn't really a great deal of standouts this year. But I'm going to take Tautau Amone. Not a great deal to talk about here. I think that the bits that we got to see from him at the end of the season, he really did bring a bit more energy to the team. I'm all about energy. I'm all about kind of bringing a bit of pace and, you know, a bit of spark. And I thought that Amone did pretty good at the end of the year. So a tough one for me with the Dragons. They started off so positively, finished off so negatively. It's kind of what they do. But at least through the negatives, we see a positive with Amone. Sydney Roosters, and this kid ended my season, right? Sam Walker. Yeah, he's fantastic. You know, he's ridiculous. He is really, really good to watch. You know, yes, he's got defensive lapses, and yes, you know, he can make a mistake here and there, but he's unreal. He is unreal for a young kid. Just remember, this was his rookie year, his debut year. You know, people are complaining about this and that and this and that. Guys, he's a debutant. He's a rookie playing with the big boys. And he's ending the Titans season, arguably, with a field goal, even though there was blockers. But we're not going to talk about that. But Sam Walker, clutch already. Clutch already. First year in the comp, and he's already icing the game for the Roosters. What more can you want? Finally, guys, we go to the West Tigers. And yes, there's Dane Laurie, but I'm actually going to take Stefano Utoikamanu here. I thought that he brought a bit of aggression to the game, and I thought that for the Tigers in a very lackluster season, but then again, it's been lackluster for about 10 years now, I think that he's one of the very few there that I actually do still enjoy watching Tigers games for. You know, there is a couple of players there that do bring a bit of beast to it. They do bring a bit of how you going, you know, a bit of loosey-goosey all over the shop, and I love that with the Tigers, but they can also be a little bit too much with that. But I probably wouldn't put Dane Laurie here if he played for a lot longer in the season, but I'm going to give it to a bit of a guy that a lot of people might forget throughout this team's struggles. I'm going to give it to Stefano Utoikamanu. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, boom ski, smack that thumbs up button, and obviously subscribe if you are new around here. We post videos every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Plus, obviously, we stream literally every single day. When the rugby league does finish, we do have the NFL, we've got the NBA, we've got the Premier League, we've got cricket, we've got rugby. Whew. My God, this is going to get hectic. I love at this channel when you guys put your opinions in too, because this is the community here, baby. This is the BK Army. Live your passion. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Just keep grinding, keep smashing it, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Trust me. Just keep doing you, baby. And that's what the best part about this community is. You guys have the opportunity to go down there, let me know your thoughts, and I will read through every single comment like I always do. That's going to do it for today, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.